What's up, OBM fam?
A few moments.
What I'm gonna say is, I've been busy, so it's like, if I don't upload more on this channel, cause I'm also working a job, so it's like, and also I got a family to take care of. And today, what we're gonna be reacting to is the death of a little baby business partner. So let's get into it. And if you don't like what I said, please, you don't have to watch it. You can just, go watch my other videos, and show some support, love, subscribe, and comment. And let's get into this reaction of the death of Lil Baby business partner. Let's get it.
Lil Baby wanted to make money outside the rap game and opened up a seafood spot with his homie Chad Dillon. Chad Dillon wasn't a street dude, and that's why nobody knows why he ended up getting brutally killed in broad daylight. It's a crazy story from the jump, and today we're breaking the whole thing down. On July 23rd, the police responded to a report of shots fired around the intersection of John Wesley Dubs Avenue and Boulevard in the Old Fourth Ward neighborhood of Atlanta. When cops rode up to the scene, they found Lil Baby's homie Chad Dillon sitting in his Rolls Royce. The shooter caught Chad several times, and he was already bleeding out by the time cops got to him. The police tried to save his life, but it was too late, and Chad tragically ended up dying from the gunshots. Nobody knows who pulled the trigger on Chad or why they wanted to take him out, but the cops think it was a targeted hit and not just a random shooting. Plus, it went down in the middle of the day in a busy area, so it seems like the shooter must have had a reason to crash out like that. What makes the situation really weird is that Chad wasn't in the neighborhood he usually hung out in. He was only in the area to check out a property where he wanted to put a new restaurant, so it's not like people were used to seeing him around there. That's why rumors are flying that somebody close to Chad set him up, but there's no evidence to back the story up right now. After the news broke about Chad dying, Lil Baby posted a photo of himself with Chad and said, "Damn, big buddy, get your rest." Back in 2023, Lil Baby and Chad linked up and started a restaurant together called the Seafood Menu. Chad already had one of the hottest seafood restaurants in Atlanta called the Crab Boiler, so Lil Baby started talking to him about opening up a new spot. Lil Baby had the idea for a restaurant called The Menu. He wanted to open it up in his old neighborhood and give back to the community and let locals work there too. Back then, Chad realized the neighborhood only had places that sold chicken, so he convinced Lil Baby to open a seafood spot and call it the Seafood Menu instead. Chad's other seafood spot was more expensive, but Lil Baby and Chad wanted to open a place where anybody could eat. So instead of charging $35 for a crab plate, they knocked the price down to $12 so locals could eat there too. The Seafood Menu had a massive grand opening in 2023, and at first it looked like Lil Baby.
Man, that's how you make a business booming. I mean, you can't just open to rich people. You gotta open to the town too, the town gotta come eat. And also the people who can't afford the food gotta come, spend like a couple of dollars on there to eat. You feel me? But like the place costs $30. I mean, the only people who are gonna pay $30 the people who have the $30, after bills and shit. Excuse my language. I can't control my language, so if I curse too much, I'm sorry. Let's get it.
Lil Baby was gonna take over the restaurant game too. Rumors are going around that Lil Baby and Chad were gonna turn it into a franchise and have restaurants all over America, but it didn't take long for the whole thing to fall apart. Right after they opened the restaurant, Lil Baby and Chad went viral in the worst way possible. A woman ordered some takeout from the Seafood Menu and trashed it like crazy on social media. The Seafood Menu ended up shutting down a few months later. The website is still up, but if you try to book a table, it says that the place is permanently closed. It's not clear how it went wrong so fast, but some people think Chad's business relationship with Lil Baby is what got him killed. Chad grew up in Brooklyn and went to Howard University for a degree in business marketing. But before he even got the degree, Chad already knew how to hustle and make money. Back in the day, he was selling lemonade and candy to put some money in his pocket, and by the time he got to college, he was making bigger plans. During his second year at Howard, Chad bought an exotic car and started renting it out for video shoots. The business started after Chad knew someone who wanted to get rid of their Bentley. He offered to lease it from them and got a really good deal. The car got so much attention that people were offering to rent it from Chad at a higher price. So within 6 months, the Bentley was already paying for itself. He was already making money off that. So he made the business even bigger and ended up owning 7 cars that he rented out. But Chad realized that he could only take the business so far in NYC because not that many people own a car. So he made a plan to expand to Atlanta instead. After he graduated, Chad moved down to Atlanta and wanted to get into the restaurant game too. There was a seafood chain called Juicy Crab that he wanted to get involved with, but the owners wouldn't let him get a license to open up because he didn't have any experience with restaurants. Chad wanted to open up a seafood spot in Buckhead, Atlanta because there wasn't anything like that in the area. So when Juicy Crab turned Chad down, he invested everything he had into opening his own place called the Crab Boiler. Opening a restaurant could be risky, and it was even worse because Chad was trying to open the Crab Boiler during the COVID pandemic. He didn't let any of that stop him though.
Can you guys in the comment let me know if that store's still open? Because I want to try it out. I haven't tried it, you feel me? I don't know if it's good or not. You guys can let me know in the comment. I haven't tried that, but I would like to try it because I would drive down over there just to get a plate. You feel me? That look good.
No. And in the first year the restaurant was open, Chad did over $8 million in sales. The Crab Boiler became one of the hottest spots in Atlanta, and the place even had major rappers pulling up to eat. Big celebrities like Allen Iverson, Offset, and Ja Rule were eating there, which brought a ton of hype and made everyone want to eat there. Chad also had big plans to open up more restaurants, including an Italian restaurant, an Asian fusion spot, and a fish and chicken shop. Chad Dillon had a ton of success in the city, and he was always trying to give back to the community. He started working with convicted felons who were about to be released from prison and taught them business skills to help them out when they came home. Chad taught a 13-week business course inside the prison and let the inmates pitch their business ideas to him. And at the end of the program, Chad gave a bunch of them money to start up their own businesses. Everyone who worked with Chad said he was a great dude who just wanted to help people out. He handed out free turkeys at Thanksgiving, and one of Chad's employees told reporters, he was great with the youth, he was great with people. He was an amazing man. That's why everyone was shocked when the news broke that Chad had been shot and killed in broad daylight. Chad was working on opening up a new Jamaican restaurant in the area where he died, and according to reports, he was walking back to his car when the shots started going off. Chad was driving a Rolls Royce and obviously had some money, but the cops don't think it was just a random robbery. Rumors are flying that Chad linking up with Lil Baby is what got him killed. Lil Baby has real ties to the streets and came up moving weight in Atlanta. Lil Baby was in the streets at a young age after his dad left the family when he was only 2, and that's when Baby dropped out of high school in the 9th grade to sell drugs. He was arrested multiple times for possession with intent to sell and was sentenced to 2 years in prison in 2014. After Lil Baby got out, some of the dudes he grew up with, like Young Thug and Gunna, were blowing up in the music industry. Lil Baby was already known in the city for selling weed and gambling with all the famous rappers in Atlanta. So he decided to start making music as a way to make it out of the streets because he was already well known in the city, and it didn't take long for him to blow up. He made it out of the trenches and into the rap game, but some people think Baby's past in the streets got Chad wrapped up in a bad situation. Other people think Chad had some shady business deals in the city and something went left for him. Rumors are going around that somebody dropped a bag on Chad's head, and that's why the shooter was ready to crash out in the middle of the day. But there's no evidence to back any of the rumors up right now. Nobody knows what really went down, but it sounds like the shooter followed Chad to the new restaurant location and waited outside for him. And when Chad came out to leave, the shooter popped out and killed him. It's not clear what happened, but
it's crazy how he put a beat to this. It's kind of booming. I like the beat. I like the beat when he put the beats to this. You feel me? Hip Hop Daddy. Shit, keep doing what you're doing, man. You know?
But Chad's death is going to have a major impact on Atlanta. He had a lot of love in this city even though he wasn't from there. And in just a few years, he was able to turn a new seafood spot into the hottest restaurant in the neighborhood and give back a ton of money to the community. Tap in for updates because there's definitely more to this story that hasn't dropped yet.
All right, man. You know, I will update you on the more stories too, you know, on the reaction. So if you guys like the reaction, comment what you guys want to see more. And subscribe, don't forget to like, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Renzo out.